Alright, so this is just going to be a somewhat short video on how I optimize Windows 10 to make it run a bit better. Alright, so some of them are just settings I like, and other ones actually help the computer speed it up a bit. So first thing I do is I right click the sound thing, if you notice, and then I left click these sounds. It'll pop up this window here. And usually what it'll be on the Windows default. I like to set it to no sounds because I don't like it making all those ding ding whatever sounds that it makes whenever you open, disconnect things, or yeah. The other one is I go to communications and I tell it to do nothing. Normally if you were to use a call thing, so like Skype, or I don't think people use Skype anymore, but other types of things similar like that, WhatsApp, or I don't know, Zoom calls, it'll reduce the volume of your other things. Like here it says by 80%, by 50%, or you can make it mute it. I don't like it muting all my other stuff, so I tell it to do nothing. If I want to turn off my music or turn off the video sounds or whatever I'm doing, I will do that myself. So, alright, so that's the first tab or thing that I would go to. Next one I would do is I would right click the desktop. I would go to personalize here. Alright, some of them are combinations, so I would still count it as one, but it's kind of going to two places. So I go to the colors, and I like to use the dark theme. If you don't like that, you can use the light theme. And then I turn the transparency effects off. So the transparency effects that they use now, it just makes like a slight blur in the background. I don't think it makes sense to use up system resources just to make the thing a little bit blurry. So I turn that off. All right, next one I go to is themes. And then I expand the window. This is the easiest way. If it doesn't show here, the desktop icon settings, if it's small, you can basically just scroll to the bottom, okay? And then you'll see the desktop icon settings here. So I click that, and I like having the computer, this PC icon here. So I always check that. If you want, you can also check your user files or control panel or network if you like having those on your desktop too. But the main one I like is having the computer icon. So this is the computer icon, this PC. Microsoft is making it do different things now. So after you update now, if you were to right click in your desktop or in your computer and you click properties, it doesn't, a lot of times it won't open this anymore. What happens now, like if I were to right click this and then go to properties, Microsoft is trying to make everything kind of like a tablet interface. Before they would make everything full screen. That was so annoying. They changed that, but now they're making all the settings in this one thing. The problem is a lot of the settings are missing or hard to find, or they're not in the same place where they used to be. So I prefer going to this system thing here. Alright, I'm going to close this right now because I'm going to show a shortcut or another way to do it in case Microsoft screwed that up and it's gone. So what I do now is I press the Windows key down there or on your keyboard. It'll pop this up. Okay, so we did two things so far, the sound, and then we did the stuff in the desktop. So next thing I do is I would go to here, and then what I do is I type in the word restore. So they have this create a restore point thing. But I'm not using this to go create a restore point. What I'm doing is I'm going into this advanced tab here. Okay, so I go into the advanced, and then you see this performance option. So I click settings there. Normally it'll be set to let Windows choose what's best, all right? And then what you see is you'll see all of these here. So what I do is I disable all these animations. So everything in this row, and then you see those are blank. So what I do, disable animate, disable animate, disable animations, disable this peek thing. So the peek thing, what that does is, like, if you were to have a window open, if you put your mouse over here, it'll let you see like this kind of stuff like moving around. So I disable the peek. I disable all these fade and slide things, fade or slide, fade out, all right? Then I go down to show shadows under windows. I don't need shadows under my windows. And then I skip one, and then I go to show translucent selection rectangle. So if you put this over here, you'll see normally like the rectangle, it will be blue. I don't need that, all right? So I uncheck that as well. And then slide open combo boxes here, I uncheck that as well. Then I click OK. I already disabled them all, so when you open Windows, they just kind of instantly open. Before, what they do is they like open slowly like this. I don't need to see an animation. I just want to do my work. I just want to get things done. So I just disable all those animations, and then the windows open much quicker. All right, so that's the third thing. All right, so fourth one, what I do, I go into the start menu again, and I type in the word notifications. All right, then we got this, oh, they hid it here. So, did they hide it? Really? Notifications. Okay, so if you type in the word more, like notifications, you'll see this notifications and actions. They started making these little notifications pop up here. Some apps like started getting annoying and popping up like emails and other random junk. I don't really need to see all of those. If you like it, you can leave them on, but I hate having all those things pop up because if I'm watching something or doing something, all these things start popping up on the side of my screen and I can't see what's going on. Then I have to manually click and close each one. That's who came up with that. That's so stupid. But anyways, so, oh, I don't even know how I opened that menu. I was trying to look for that to do my, my, what do you call, video. But yeah. All right. So anyways, I turn off this notification. So here they have this, show notifications. So when you turn this thing off, it will just uncheck, or it'll just gray out these three. And then I will uncheck these other three down here as well. So when it's gray, it's not enabled. The only thing here that I kind of a little bit miss is when I'm safely removing a USB drive. So if you have one and then you click it to safe remove, it doesn't pop up a notifications, but usually I'll just click this a second time and make sure it's disconnected. All right, so that's 4 things. I don't know. Okay, the other one I do, I type in UAC, which is the user account control. If you don't know what you're doing, then you probably want to leave this on. But this is the thing that when you install software, it'll pop up and say, are you sure? Do you want to allow this? So I usually say it to never notify and say okay. So that way when I install programs, it doesn't keep popping up and bug me. Obviously, I'm clicking it, I want to install it. But in some really rare instances, it will pop up if a virus tries to install, but usually you're going to click it. So if you're clicking that virus to open it and you're the one that's clicking it, you're most likely also going to allow it. So a lot of people, they'll click open and download viruses, and then even if it says, are you sure? They're just going to say yes, allow. So that's why that menu, that user access control thing doesn't really do anything. All right, so next one, what we're going to do is, I think this is the last one, is I'll go to the start menu and then I'll type in control panel. So go to the control panel, and this is one that a lot of gamers will mostly like or benefit from. So I click that. If you saw, I click ease of access here, okay, and then we go to ease of access center. And I'll uncheck these. Always read this section out loud. Always scan this section. When you have these on, basically it will start reading the text here. I don't care about that. All right, so next thing I do, there's the make computer easier to see. So I uncheck this, turn on or off high contrast when left alt shift print screen is pressed. The reason why I uncheck these, because usually what happens when you have these enabled, it's not too noticeable, but basically it's waiting to see if you're going to press all of these 3 at the same time. So if you were to do like shift and alt at the same time, then it will do that. All right, so that's one thing that I noticed. Okay, so I unchecked that. And then the one that bothers most gamers, if you go to make the keyboard easier to use, so is the sticky keys, but we're going to get to that. So mouse keys, same thing. I just uncheck that. All right. Sticky keys, I uncheck that. So that way it won't start up. So you have to click these blue ones to basically turn off these shortcuts. So then you go turn off the filter key. So there's all these things. Like more than 90% of users aren't going to use any of this. Probably more than 99% of users aren't going to use any of this, but they turn it on by default. So sticky keys, if you were to press the shift key like 8 times or whatever, however many times in a row to pop it up and turn it on. What this does is if you have like a disability where you can't press like multiple keys at the same time, like you can't press Control Alt Delete at the same time, it allows you to press like Control Alt and then Delete like one key at a time. So like let's say you only have one finger, then you can do Control Alt Delete or something, and then it will activate that Control Alt Delete command. It'll allow you to do that. And then some of them I'm not, oh yeah, so toggle keys, when you do that, it tells you here what it does. So it makes a tone. So when you press caps lock or num key, it'll make like some sounds. I think it goes like boop boop or something like that. And then you got filter keys here. So if you have like a thing where you I don't know what the condition's called, but where your hand is kind of shaky and you're trying to type something, you don't want to like press the same key multiple times because your finger's shaking. So that's what filter keys is. And then mouse keys, this computer doesn't even have a numeric keyboard, but if you have like the little keys on the number pad on the side where it has all the numbers just in like a square box shape, so you type like the numbers like all on the side here, what that does is you can use like the center, I think it's like the number 2, the number what is it, the number 3 and the number 5 and then the number 8 or something. So you can use those like towards the center, like there's the little key in the center, and then you can press the ones above it, below it, left and right to basically move the mouse pointer. And that's what mouse keys does. Most people, I don't know anybody that uses any of these. I know a few people with these kinds of health issues that they can benefit from these, but I don't really know many people, maybe like 1 or 2 that would use these. So and I've worked with like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, so I don't really know anyone that really uses those. All right. And one thing I forgot to mention in the keyboard shortcuts, everyone knows Control-Alt-Delete, but a lot of people, so I mean if you do Control-Alt-Delete here, let me do that. I'm gonna just add that in here. But here you can see like all of this stuff, and then you can bring up the task manager there if you want, of course. But if all you want is the task manager, what you do is you do Control-Shift-Escape. All right, and that brings up the task manager there. Much easier. If you go to more details here, you can actually go in and you can see your startup. Okay, and you can see what programs are starting with your computer. If you see stuff here that you don't really care about, like I don't want Spotify to start with the computer, so you just right click that and you can disable or enable it, whichever, depending what it is. I like to sort it by status so you know what's enabled and what's disabled. But I think that's pretty much it. Okay, I did the sound, so I go through like 6 things. So the sound one, then there's the desktop thing, then I did the user access control, I did the notifications and access, I did the animations turning off through the system restore kind of menu advanced tab, and then the last one was the notifications and actions that I disabled. All right, so hopefully this helps you guys speed up your computers, make them run a lot better. And the biggest thing I can recommend hardware wise is to put an SSD in there, clone over your spinning drive, get rid of that junk, put an SSD. It makes a world of difference. Trust me, it'll make your computer run like it's hundreds of dollars more. And yeah, RAM is not as big of an issue. Most people, if you have 8 gigs of RAM, that's plenty. If you want, you can go ahead and upgrade your RAM. My only recommendation for RAM is try and get 2 sticks of the same capacity, the same speed, and that will probably benefit you the most. All right, so if you have a single 4 gig stick, get 2 4 gig sticks matching speed and capacity, and you should be good. 2 8 gig sticks, whatever, 2 16 gigs. So this one, the customer felt like they wanted to add more RAM. They only had 1 16 gig stick, so we added another 16 gig stick to get that extra speed boost, mainly from having dual channel, not so much from having the amount of RAM. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, like, subscribe, share my channel with others. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.